Good evening, my dear students. How you all are doing? Hopefully, you are doing fabulously fine. And with this particular note, I welcome you all with this particular session on uh, previous year questions from class 11 and class 12. And in fact, in this half an hour session, I will be able to solve some problems. Okay, I may not be able to deliver complete set of solutions. Okay, but I will try my level best to cover class 11 questions in this particular segment, class 11 and some class 12 problems. Okay, now let's begin with our discussion here. So, as you all are aware, my name is Uttam Kumar Umarji. In fact, I am a verified Unacademy educator. Even I am an educator on Plus platform on Unacademy. And presently, I am having a 19-year of experience in physics, dear students. Okay, so I feel really pristine and obliged in teaching to each one of you here on Unacademy platform. Now let's go ahead and start with our discussion. Now let me begin my discussion with Unacademy's offers. Okay, so Unacademy, which started off with an endeavor to cater quality education to all the students all across the country with a minimal cost. Now, with this endeavor, the dream coming into reality right now, we are proposing you a plus subscription plan for each one of you. Okay. Now, let me just go ahead and give an introduction to that part here. Prior to that, I'll just share my brief profile with you all. My name is Uttam Kumar Umarji. I have taught JEE Advanced, JEE Main Physics for 19 years at Delhi, Kota, Bangalore, and all across India, my dear students. And I've taught closely to 10,000 plus students till date. And currently, I'm a part of Prarthana PU College Bagalkot as well as in Hubli in Karnataka. Then this is my fifth month on Unacademy, my dear students. Now, let me just brief you about the Unacademy proposal. So, I had told you that there is one very lucrative, incentivized, beneficial plan for each one of you, dear students. Let me just go ahead and give you that. So Unacademy comes with a plus subscription. If you're planning for plus subscription, now why you are planning? If you just ask a question, then I have an answer like to get educated from 20 plus top educators, 10 plus batches can be a part of any one of these batches here. Then we have 250 plus courses which have been uploaded already. Okay, and you have 2000 plus lessons. Now this is the extra mile that we all educators have reached, and many more lessons will be added every day. Okay, so with this particular note we can see that what exactly I'm talking about, what you will get out of this plus subscription. If you just ask me that question, then I would talk about benefits of plus subscription here. First and foremost thing, you will have a premium content at a very much affordable price. Okay. Then you have structured live courses with dedicated live doubt clearing sessions will be there. Okay. Now, apart from this, quizzes are conducted at regular intervals for self analysis. Then there are batches for complete preparation, dear students. Then we have test series for DPPs, full length mocks. Everything comes with analysis here. Okay. Then I would like to say one single subscription, unlimited access. So with this note now, let us say that everything under single plus subscription, dear students. Now let me move on to pricing. Okay, so first and foremost thing, we have a 1 month plan. Now this 1 month plan, my dear students, comes at a cost of 1500 rupee per month. So this is one lucrative plan that you can plan. If you are planning for 1 month, then go ahead with 1 month subscription. Then later you can renew it with furthermore renovation plans. Okay, and secondly, we have a 3 month subscription. Now this 3 month subscription, dear students, it comes at a cost of 3750 for 3 months. And in 3 months plan, there is an EMI facility. You can avail a 0% EMI by paying 1250 rupee a month. Okay, then we have a 6 months plan. Now this 6 months plan, it comes with a pricing of 6000 rupee. Okay, now, and 6000 rupee is for one time payment. Suppose you would like to avail an EMI with 0% interest, you can go ahead with 1000 rupee a month. Okay, then we have a 12-month plan. This is suited for students who are presently in class 11 or PUC 1. Okay, so this would be beneficial for PUC 1. Okay, this is for PUC 2. This is recommended, dear students. Okay, then what is the costing for 12 months? It is costing at 8250. Bingo, is it not? Now such a leased plan, definitely this is an added plus to you. Think about it. And here 0% EMI comes with 687 rupee a month. That's all. Simple, right? Then we have a 24-month plan. This comes at a cost of 12,000 rupee. Okay, so you can avail a 0% EMI at a cost of 500 rupee a month. Okay, now apart from these beneficial economic plans, if at all you are planning to have an off additional discount, then this is your teacher's gift to you. You can use Uttam Live as your referral code and go ahead and get a straightforward 10% discount here. Okay, so use the code Uttam Live. Fine. So this is regarding Unacademy Plus subscription with pricing, everything I have uh, given to you. Now let's go ahead and take a look at today's discussion, my dear friends. So I'll be starting with first question, that is on units and dimensions. We have the question like this: a physical quantity P is equal to B square L square by M, where P is magnetic induction, L is length, and M is mass. The dimension of P is. Okay. Now in this particular question, they're asking us to find the dimensions of P. Now, firstly, what we shall do here, we'll find dimensions of magnetic field induction, that is B. Then we'll find dimensions of length. Okay. Then we'll find dimensions of mass. That's all. So let's go ahead and crack it now like this. So I'll make use of this equation, F is equal to BIL. Now this is one of the equation that we have learned in force due to a current carrying conductor in class 12. Okay, so from this particular formula I can derive the dimensional equation for B. So hence I'll say therefore dimensions of B is equal to what? F by I into L, which would be simply like force has dimension of ml t raised to minus 2. Okay, so this is force. Okay, then electric current has dimension of A, length is capital L. So obviously combining these all things will get the dimensional equation as m t raised to minus 2 a raised to minus 1. Okay, so this is the dimensional equation that we have obtained. Now let us progress to the next part, that is equation for P. The dimensions of P will be equal to B square L square by M. So accordingly, I'll write B has a dimension of mt raised to minus 2 a raised to minus 1. So I'll take whole square of it. Okay. Into L square, that is dimension of length, divided by capital M, that is mass. So combining these things will obtain the value as what? M L square t raised to minus 4 a raised to minus 2. Okay. So this happens to be option B here. Okay. Hopefully I'm clear on this part. Now let me move on to the next question now. Now, this question is based on oscillations. Okay, in oscillations chapter, this question is asked like this: a weightless spring which has a force constant oscillates with frequency n when a mass m is suspended from it. The spring is cut into two equal halves and a mass 2m is suspended from it. The frequency of oscillation will now become. Okay, now in this particular question we'll use the frequency equation given by 1 by 2 pi into root of k by m, where k is force constant, m is mass per unit length. Okay, so this is what? This is force constant. Okay, force constant, and m is mass per unit length, that is capital M by L, I'll write. Okay, so accordingly I can write the ratio of two frequencies. So n by n dash will be equal to what? Root of k by m into m dash by k dash. So accordingly, root of k by m into 2m by 2k, because m dash is 2m and k dash is 2k here, because the two springs are connected in series. So thus I can write this as 1. The ratio becomes 1 here. So from this I can say that n dash is exactly equal to n. So that happens to be option A here. Hopefully this is clear. Now let me move on to the next question now. A particle at the end of a spring executes simple harmonic motion with a period t1, while the corresponding period for another spring is t2. If the period of oscillation with the two springs in series is capital T, then, okay, so we should find the relationship between capital T, T1 and T2. That's all. Okay, now let us go ahead and try to solve this particular question. Now here we know that T1 is equal to 2 pi into root of m by k1 and T2 is equal to 2 pi into root of m by k2. Now thus in series effective spring constant k will be equal to k1 k2 by k1 plus k2. Okay, thus time period capital T hence can be written as 2 pi into root of m plus m into k1 plus k2, because this is combined, right, divided by k1 k2. So this is k effective I am writing here. So hopefully you can understand. So root of m by k it is, and k is equal to this particular value. So hence this one I have substituted here. So the reciprocal will come because this is in the denominator. Now I'll take this as first equation. Now secondly I'll write t1 square plus t2 square. Now, t1 square plus t2 square can be written as 4 pi square into m into bracket 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2. That will be equal to, after taking LCM, we can see that we'll get this as 4 pi square into m into k1 plus k2 divided by k1 k2. Okay. Now, thus I can take a square of equation 1, right? So if you take equation 1 square, what you will get? Will you not get 4 pi square into m into k1 plus k2 by k1 k2? So obviously I can say that t1 square plus t2 square, hence it is equal to what? T square. Now this is the relationship between t1, t2 and capital T. So hence it happens to be option B here, my dear students. Now let us go to question number 4 now. A wave disturbance in a medium is described by y of x comma t is equal to 0.02 cos of 50 pi t plus pi by 2 into cos of 10 pi x. Okay. Now, where x and y are in meters and t in seconds. So obviously let us check with the options here. So displacement node occurs at x is equal to 0.15, antinode occurs at x is equal to 0.3, the wavelength of wave is 0.2 meter and speed is 5 meter per second. And fourth option is all of the above. Now let us check now. Okay. Now let me rewrite the given equation like y is equal to 0.02 into cos of 10 pi x into cos of 50 pi t plus pi by 2. Right. Now over here at node I know that amplitude is 0, and remember this given equation, it is a stationary wave equation. Okay, now this is a stationary wave equation. So stationary wave equation is usually written like this, no? Y is equal to a cos kx into cos of omega t plus phi. Now this is of this format. So this is stationary wave equation, and we should remember that stationary wave will have nodes and antinodes. So remember at node, amplitude is 0. Now this is node position, right? So hence we can say that here amplitude is 0, here is 0. So accordingly cos of 10 pi x is should be equal to 0 because 0.02 cos 10 pi x. Now this part is what? This part is the amplitude of the stationary wave. So this I'll take it as capital A. Okay. So hence I'll say that cos 10 pi x is equal to 0, or 10 pi x should be equal to pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2. Right? Because under these two angular values, we know that cosine function reduces to 0 in one full cycle. Then therefore x can be written as what? X can be written as 1 by 20, right? Because if you say that 10 pi x is equal to pi by 2, then you will get this as 1 by 20, right? If you put 10 pi x is equal to 3 pi by 2, will we not get it as 3 by 20, right? So 1 by 20 is 0.05, 0.15 meter is obviously 3 by 20. So likewise we have n number of values that we can get here, right? Then at antinode, amplitude is maximum, so hence cos of 10 pi x should be equal to plus or minus 1. So hence I can say that 10 pi x can be equal to what? 0. At 0, cos is plus 1, at pi cos is minus 1, at 2 pi cos is plus 1. So likewise, this is minus 1, this is plus 1, this is plus 1. So likewise, n pi would be the general value for this, is it not? So hence, if you substitute 10 pi x is equal to 0, you will get x equal to 0. If you put 10 pi x is equal to pi, then you will get x is equal to 1 by 10. 10 pi x is equal to 2 pi, you will get x is equal to 1 by 5. So likewise, I can get the values as 0 or 0 0.1, 0 0.2, so on, right? So this is position of antinodes. Then, now let me just calculate lambda here. Now lambda is equal to 2 into distance between two nodes or antinodes, because I know that distance between two nodes is half of wavelength. This is lambda by 2 here. Okay, this is lambda by 2. So hence I'll take this as 2 into distance between two nodes. Is it not lambda by 2 into 2? That is lambda. So thus distance between two nodes, I'll consider them to be 2 into 0 0.1, right? So if you just take the difference between these two, 0.15 and 0.05, the difference is 0.1. Similarly, 0.1 minus 0, that is 0.1. So hence distance between two nodes or antinodes is 0.1. So 2 into 0.1, that should give me 0.2 meter here, that is the wavelength. So therefore, I'll write 2 pi Vt by lambda is equal to 50 pi t, because this value is, as we can notice here, omega can be written as what? 2 pi v divided by lambda, because omega is 2 pi f and f is equal to what? V by lambda. So hence into t I will write. So that is what I have done here. This is equal to 50 pi t. Now cancelling of pi here. Okay, hence I can find the value of what? V. V is equal to, we'll get it as 25 lambda. Now lambda is 0.2, so 25 into 0.2 is, obviously it will be 5 meter per second. Now if you just compare these three, can we not say that all three options are correct here? So hence I'll go with option D, that is all of these, all of the above. Okay, so that should be our focused answer here. Let me move on to one more very interesting question on waves. Two identical fluids produce fundamental notes of frequency 300 Hz at 27 degrees Celsius. If the temperature of air in one fluid is increased to 31 degrees Celsius, the number of beats heard per second will be, they are asking like this. Okay. Now, velocity of sound increases if temperature is increased. So hence I'll say with V is equal to N into lambda. Okay, if V increases, definitely frequency will increase, right? So hence at 27 degrees Celsius, I'll write V1 is equal to N into lambda, and V2 becomes equal to what? At 31 degrees Celsius, here frequency of X is added. So hence V2 becomes equal to N plus X into lambda, right? So thus now let us make use of V being directly proportional to root of T. From the formula, V is equal to root of gamma RT by M from Laplace correction equation, right? So hence, here I can write V2 by V1 is equal to root of T2 by T1. The root of T2 by T1 can be comfortably written as what? V2 by V1. So V2 by V1 is what? V2 is N plus X into lambda and V1 is N into lambda. So lambda cancels off here. Hence we'll obtain it as what? N plus X divided by N. Is it not? Nextly, therefore, 300 plus x by 300 is equal to, I'll write this as 273 plus 31 degrees Celsius plus divided by 273 plus 27 degrees Celsius. So accordingly, it becomes 304 by 300, and I'll write this as 300 plus 4 by 300. Now if you just compare left hand side and right hand side, now here we have 300, here also we have 300. Now here in the denominator we have 300, again in the denominator we have 300. So hence in place of x we have what? 4. So hence I'll take x equal to what? 4. So thus I can comfortably go ahead and make use of this approach. But this is under the root, remember my dear friends. So hence next step I'll write it as 1 plus x by 300 is equal to 1 plus 4 by 300 raised to 1 by 2, because it is under the root. So hence now therefore now applying binomial approximation here, so you can write this as 1 plus 1 by 2 into 4 by 300. So thus it becomes equal to what? 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. Now compare left hand side and right hand side now. So we can see that x is equal to what? 2. So that is what we have obtained here. So beat frequency is equal to 2 here. So therefore I'll go with option B here. Now let me move on to one question from laws of motion. A body of mass capital M at rest explodes into three pieces, two of which mass m by 4 each are thrown off in perpendicular directions with velocities of 3 meter per second and 4 meter per second respectively. The third piece will be thrown off with a velocity of, okay, very beautiful question it is. Now over here, momentum of one piece can be calculated as m by 4 into 3. Then momentum of the other piece can be calculated as m by 4 into 4. Right? So accordingly, the resultant momentum will be equal to what? Sum of the squares of these two under the root. Right? So hence, I'll write this as 9m square by 16 plus capital M square. That becomes equal to very easily 5m by 4. Right? So thus, the third piece should also have same linear momentum, because law of conservation of linear momentum. Then under this scenario, if I take velocity as v, then 5m by 4 is equal to m by 2 into v, because third piece is m by 2 mass. So from this I can comfortably calculate v is equal to how much? 5 by 2, that is 2.5 meter per second. Okay, so hence our required answer is option C here. Now, my dear friends, with this note, now the time is up. Okay, so I'll be stopping my session at this point of time. Okay, I'll see you back in my next session with few more interesting questions, few more interesting discussions, few more interesting analysis. Okay, with this note, I would rather say have a wonderful time ahead. I'll see you back soon. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time. Bye then.